What it do, cyber world? It is your girl, the one and only, Ash Brown, and this is the Ash Said It Show. Over 2,100 episodes since 2014, 500,000 streams around the world. None of this is possible without you guys. Thank you so much for the shares, the cares, even the hate. It's all in the algorithm. It's how you look at it. It's your perspective. And today, I've got a young lady with us today who is all about perspective and putting in good energy, good vibrations. We've got Jen from Urthy Co. Hey, Jen.
Hey, Ash. How are you?
I am great. How are you today?
I'm doing awesome. I'm so excited to be on your show.
Thank you so much. This is so awesome. I've heard nothing but great things about Urthy, so to get the chance to actually speak with you and actually get it from the source is super cool. I'm so excited.
Awesome. Very cool.
Yeah, so let's talk about inspiration. What was the inspiration behind Urthy?
Oh, gosh. Honestly, I was really sick. I got really sick back in 2019. And I could not figure out what was wrong with me. I was sick for many years, actually, and went to many, many, many different doctors, specialists, you name it. And no one could figure out what was wrong with me. And so finally I had a doctor who said, it's your autoimmune system. Your body is attacking itself, and that's what's making you sick. So that was just absolutely crazy. I was thankful that I figured out what was wrong with me. But then after that, I had to figure out how do I kind of overcome this?
Right.
What do I need to do, to make myself feel better? Because it was only stuff that I could do. It was really all within myself and my hands.
Right.
And so what I was told to do after a lot of research and talking to a lot of different specialists and doctors is that I had to take everything toxic, quote unquote toxic, out of my life. And that was very unfortunate for me because I love my fragrances. I love my scents. And there are so many hidden toxins in there. I had no idea. I use plug-ins. I use room sprays. Even my laundry detergent, right? My body lotion, my shampoo. I had absolutely no idea until I did all this research that there were so many hidden toxins in everything. And one of the biggest toxins, especially for me, myself, is this thing called a phthalate. And so a phthalate, it's a chemical that disrupts your endocrine system. And it is in all of these things. It's kind of called the everywhere chemical. Yeah. And when I found that out, I was able to really hone in on what I needed to take out of my life. And that's kind of how Urthy was born, honestly.
Wow. So Urthy essentially came out of this necessity as far as you just trying to feel well, to get better, and all that good stuff. But can you share a little bit about the gap that you saw in the market and how you thought that Urthy could really fill?
I did not go into it for that, honestly. It was selfish, to be quite honest. I wanted to smell a candle again. I wanted to have products that worked. So back then, there really wasn't anything that was effective, or if it was effective, it was cost prohibitive. So it was just a real trial and error for me. I can't even tell you the amount of products that I tried. And then I figured out how to make a clean candle. And that was with coconut wax and then our phthalate-free fragrances. And it was like, an aha moment for me. And that's really where Urthy started, was making candles. I didn't know that anybody else was interested in any of this. I just started making it for myself and my sister because she was going through the same thing at the same time with me. And so it was something that, we did together. And it really helped us to feel like there might be a light. There might be something, that we can do to kind of help fix our bodies and fix ourselves.
Yes.
And then it was really during COVID, or right after COVID, that my sister went to a local farmer's market and was like, heck, I'm just going to try and sell some of these candles. The response was phenomenal. People were so excited to have clean products that did not give them headaches, that did not bother their endocrine system, and that they could actually have this back in their life again. And we had no idea. We were we were just out there trying to do something while we were furloughed from COVID.
Yeah.
And that's really where it all happened. And it was really the big aha moment for me, saying, oh my gosh, I did not realize how many people had the same exact issue and how much of a need there was for all of these products.
That is incredible. Wow. With the name Urthy itself, it just kind of feels very grounded and personal, So what's the story behind the name? How did Urthy come to be?
Yeah, it was, we went through many, many names, honestly. But Urthy came to be because I believe in the power of plants. I believe in the power of botanicals. And so I wanted something that was really rooted in nature and gave off that vibe of, what we're going to harness what is already around us and is already created that has all of these powerful actives and ingredients in it. And so I wanted it to be grounded in the earth, in nature. And so earth was a big word that I was playing on. And then I got to thinking that, I'm not making these products anymore for myself. I'm making them for other people. Because we would have people come to us and be like, I love your candles, but I would love if you could make X, right? I need a body lotion. I need something to wash my skin with that won't dry me out in the shower. And so it was really an epiphany of saying, we make these products for you. And so that's how we blended the you with the earthy, and that's how Urthy came to be.
I love that.
Yeah, so cool. It's so much fun.
And also, Urthy is known for being both clean and luxurious, which isn't always easy to find that balance. So how do you approach product development to achieve that with every single product?
It's not easy. I have a very, very high standard, honestly. So we use clinical level actives in all of our products. And so it's really hard to source that and find those. Yeah. But we do it, and I don't compromise. And so that's really what it comes down to. There's a lot of testing that goes into all of our products. There's a lot of R&D. I mean, I can't even tell you how many iterations, hundreds of iterations of different products until we get it just right. And it's got to work. You know what I mean? Yeah, everybody has a body lotion, but is there a body lotion that keeps your body moisturized for 72 hours? There aren't that many out there, and there aren't that many that most people can afford either. So that's the other thing, is I wanted to make sure we had affordable looks. And so I wanted people to feel great in their skin and feel great in their homes and not feel sick, quite honestly, anymore, and still be able to afford it. And so that's kind of how the whole, clean and luxurious came to be.
Yes. No, scent plays a big role. What's your process for creating and also naming these signature fragrances?
That's a great question. It's kind of a journey for me. It's where the scent takes me. So sometimes I'll start with either scents, or sometimes I'll start with a vibe or a moment or something that I want to feel. So it just kind of depends on how I want to develop the scent at that point in time. But scent has such an emotional connection to it that I want to make sure that the names and the scent profiles really talk to what I personally think that scent means and what people will feel or experience when they actually smell that scent. So it's just a really cool way to kind of create this storytelling and emotional visual sensation with the scents that we create at Urthy.
Yes. Now, what little tidbits can you give us about the Fall Holiday 2025 collection?
We have 4 fantastic scents for this fall. We have our pumpkin crema, so pumpkin fanatics, we have you covered. We also have our dirty chai. I'm a huge chai person.
Yes, I love chai.
Yes, I had to get a chai on there. And then we have our cabin embers. So for those who don't really like the pumpkin or the chai, this is really more of that hearty, wintry, fireplace sort of vibe scent, and that's our cabin ember scent. And then finally, our real traditional evergreens. Smells just like a Christmas tree. We actually had people who use our car diffusers on their artificial Christmas tree, so it smells like a tree, a real tree. And so we actually have those out now.
Yes, and I love the range of Urthy. There's home scents, there's skincare, and there's always like new elixirs floating around. So tell us a little bit about those offerings and what might be next on the horizon for Urthy.
There's always something next on the horizon. I did not set out to create this big of a product offering. So, like I said, it started with a candle, and I was just thrilled with that. And then more people kept asking us for different products. It's really hard to find a company that you trust, right? Because you have to do so much research and try and figure out what are they about, what do they believe in, what are they using? Because not everybody tells you exactly what they're doing or using, and there's no real industry standard that you're supposed to follow in the United States like there is in Europe. And so finding a company and doing the research and kind of jiving with someone is really what we're all about. And so when someone comes to us and they're like, I love your candles, but I need this, I feel compelled to make it because I totally understand how it is. You don't have this in your life. I understand how hard it is to find it. And so it's my journey and my duty to make these things for people who need them. I love helping people. And so that's kind of how Urthy evolved into this big ecosystem of products that spans, home and body. So it's every single product to scent your home, and then we also have a full body care line and a full skincare line. And it's just ever growing, honestly.
Yes, that is amazing. And of course, your Atlanta blend bar and lab add such a unique hands-on element to the brand. What can you tell our listeners about that experience?
So we make everything in our lab at Urthy, and we're in Marietta, Georgia. And so we actually make everything there. It was really interesting because people wanted to see behind the scenes, right? They wanted to know, what are you doing and how are you doing this and how are you making these things? And so we created our Urthy Labs. And so that's an opportunity for people to come in. It's like, make your own candle kind of a vibe, but we do a lot more than that. We mainly focus on body products. You can go and make a candle at many different places, but we have different offerings where people can come in and make their own scent. So that's our blendology. You can come in, we'll teach you top, middle, base notes. We'll kind of talk you through it. We'll walk you through what scents you love, what you don't love, how they work with your pH and your body chemistry. Are you dry? Are you oily? How does your skin actually react to some of these things? And then we'll actually help you develop your own personalized scents. And then, of course, we have all kinds of body products and then even, fun little classes for kids, too.
Yeah. Okay. And corporate gifting has become a big part of your business. Why do you think that brands and teams are connecting with Urthy?
I think people want to give things that matter, right? It's not about the coffee cup anymore. You really need to show authenticity, and you really need to show that you care about your employees. And I think people have resonated with Urthy, and they find that we actually do that. It's about wellness, it's about self-care, and that's really where businesses are going to, and it's fantastic. I love it.
Yeah.
And so that's why they're looking to us to help them with their corporate gifting needs.
Yes. And as a female founder, balancing creativity, wellness, and business, how do you stay grounded, Jen?
Oh, it is not easy. Honestly, I love what I do. So it makes it easier to do it, thank goodness.
Yes.
But I start my morning out with my rituals. I ground myself. I'm very thankful for everything that I have and everything that I'm able to give to others. And that's kind of where it all stems from and focuses. And my employees are absolutely top-notch, and they love working at Urthy, and they love everything about it. And so it's just an absolute joy to go to work. It's a joy to help others, and that's kind of what keeps me going and what, gives me my drive every single day.
Yes. Now, last but certainly not least, what expansion is on the horizon for Urthy that we can maybe talk about? I know certain things, the ink is not dried yet, so we can't go into. But is there anything in particular that we can touch on as far as what people can look forward to seeing, any expansions or any launches during the holidays maybe?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we just launched our elixirs, which has just been a labor of love for me. It's kind of an interesting concept. I have struggled with skincare also all my life. So I'm partially American Indian. I was born with extremely dry skin. Like my hands and the back of my legs would crack and bleed when I was young. And so I've always had a really hard time with that. And so I wanted to develop something that would help people and meet them where they are in their skin age. And so what I mean by that is, like, in your teens, you have very specific different problems or needs than you do in your 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, and beyond. And so that's really where the elixir system came to be. And so we have 6 different elixirs. We range from teens all the way up to 60 plus, and they are specifically designed to help with your skin where it's at that particular moment. I kind of call them the new serum. So serums are traditionally 100% or, like 80% water, right? Ours are 100% treatment.
Wow.
So, yes, they're clinical actives, and it's extremely powerful, and it meets you where you are in your skin journey and your life, right? Do you have acne? Are you in your 20s and you're actually starting to think about prevention in your 30s, and you're starting to see some of the fine lines, wrinkles, and dryness in your 40s? So we've got stuff to work towards that. You're starting to go through menopause in your 50s, and then post-menopause in your 60s and beyond, and we have a different elixir to help with that. So that's just really been a labor of love for me.
Yeah, so you got us covered, Jen. I love it.
I try. And then who knows what the future holds, right?
You never know.
Are we going to expand? I don't know. We'll see.
You'll never know. Jen, thank you so much for coming through. We so appreciate you.
Ash, I had so much fun talking to you. Thank you so much for letting me share Urthy with you and your followers.
I mean, and don't think this is a one and done. Like, I know Urthy's got some new stuff coming in 2026. So I would love for you to come back and share with us, because I know you're going to have some new stuff. I got to get out there to Marietta. I'm up a little up norther than you guys, but I got to get out to Marietta to come with you guys for the day and make my own scent. So I'm looking forward to it.
We would love to have you. Absolutely.
We will make that happen, and much more success to you and your team, especially as we're going into this holiday season. I know there are great things. You guys go out there and let everyone know the best way to get their Urthy products.
Visit us at urthylife.com.
Sounds like the plan. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for your love and support. Keeping in mind, anyone to tell you that you can't do what you want to do, you look them square in the face. You tell them, don't believe me. Just watch. Watch what I do. Watch me make it happen. Watch me make history. That's what we're doing this for, the history books. Social media is nice, but real life is so much better. Until next time, you guys.